Alrighty. I think. Let me see. Hey, y'all. How are y'all doing today? This is your girl, Giselle, the She Boss, coming to you with a live She Boss Talks. Alright. So give me 2 seconds. I'm trying to key up my computer over here so I can record on Facebook too, on my other Facebook page. Why is it taking so long? And tonight we is going to be talking about this Tiny and T.I. situation. If you all have not heard, hold on 1 second, y'all. Give me a second. I'm gonna give people a second to join in anyway. IG, this is my first time going live on this page, so y'all bear with me because I'm not used to going live on IG. Look, you, bruh, you gotta pay attention to what you're doing. Put them over there. You got a whole nother side over there. If you keep stacking them, they're gonna slide off. That's not gonna work. All right. Let me see why my camera is not starting up on here. Hold on. What's the hold up? Oh, okay. There we go. All right. So let me get my camera. Okay. There we go. All right. Hey, y'all. How y'all doing tonight? This is your girl Giselle, the She Boss, and I am coming to you with a live episode of She Boss Talk. But I was supposed to actually wait to start going back live on the 1st of February. But this situation right here is just like, it's got me so intrigued. I just really wanted to go ahead and talk about it tonight. So I don't want to just give my own perspective, but I want to hear some of y'all perspective on this as well. And before I get ready to get started, let me give a disclaimer because I am probably a little bit somewhat biased to the situation just because the lady, Sabrina Peterson, who has kind of like brought the situation to the forefront, is my distributor for my CBD. So I'm actually kind of like, just a little bit, I don't know, I guess I just have some personal feelings about the situation because I don't feel like she's necessarily lying about what she's talking about, but I cannot say that for sure. And it's so many developing situations that are like coming to the forefront about this whole thing. So let me just update you all for those of y'all who don't know and who haven't heard. So if you all haven't been watching like reports lately, if you're not really into YouTube, or you're not heavy on social media, then you may not have heard about the situation with Tiny and T.I. That is going on right now. And basically they have they have allegations against them for sexual trafficking and I guess you could say drugging, or drugging unwilling participants, females, and actually possibly even minors, for their own personal sexual escapades. And so this is really kind of like, it's not really that surprising to me. I'm gonna just say that starting off. But the situation is so crazy. So let me just back up and give y'all a rundown of what's actually been going on. And let me see, can I pull this up? I'm gonna pull up Sabrina page real quick because she okay. So let me just back up real quick so I can just, like I said, fill those of you out in who are not aware of what's actually going on. So about a week ago, a lady by the name of Sabrina Peterson, who I know she is not a fan of Keisha Bottoms, who is the mayor of Atlanta, the city of Atlanta. And Keisha Bottoms is, basically been working with T.I. as he has been doing his advocating for the people on behalf of, I think, the African American community, especially in Atlanta. He's been trying to educate, uphold, uplift, and things like that, just bring certain things like awareness to the forefront for, I think, some of us and some of our people who are not necessarily aware of situations like politics and just things, that actually are happening to our people that is just not like just people not aware of. And I like that Tip is doing that. I know he's kind of turned a new leaf over and kind of like taking a new aspect on his fame, which I think is good. It's honorable, and I definitely applaud that. So Keisha Bottom has, I think if I'm not mistaken, appointed him on a commission, a city council commission, that is supposed to be helping people, especially women, African American women. It's supposed to be liberating them. So Sabrina Peterson on her Instagram page made a post stating, I'm trying to pull it up real quick so I can get the, and if y'all don't know, her page on IG is the Glam University. Alright. So let me pull up this comment real quick because I want to make sure I got it verbatim. I don't want to just be, you know what I'm saying random stuff. Alright. So basically the first post that she made was a post saying how she can't understand how we can uplift our how we can uplift the same people who are working to oppress us. So can you plug my light back up, please? Thank you. I'm trying to lose my train of thought here. Okay, so listen. Let me try to find this post real quick. Because I had it in front of me. My phone kind of, my screen jumped real quick. What is this damn post at? I hope she didn't take the post down. Okay, here you go. Alright. So basically she made a post and it says, the sad part about being a woman and being a black woman is this. The public praises our predators. And then she added T.I. at Troubleman31. You put a gun to my head in front of children and I never called the police on you. But for years you have painted me as the villain. As a black woman, it's hard to heal from rape, violence, or anything because you are painted as the problem or reason this has happened to you. So let's normalize the allowing black women to heal. It's hard being a victim of rape and being painted as the reason it happened. Okay, so she put this post up. And basically, the reason she put the post up, because I think that she was against the fact that T.I. is on this, been appointed to this council. Like I said, if she's calling him a predator, and she said that he put a gun to her head. This was some years back. This is not anything that happened recently. I think, if I'm not mistaken, she said this was about 6 to 7, 8 years ago, somewhere in that time frame. So it's been a while. But this is not the first time that she's actually. Hold on, y'all. Okay. This is not the first time that she's actually mentioned this situation. It's just that she mentioned the situation when she found out about T.I. being appointed to this council. And so, once again, I think that people are taking it and running with it because I think that they are thinking that she said that he raped her or he was violent towards her. Which, putting a gun to somebody's head is definitely an act of violence. But as far as like him putting hands on her, you know, beating her or anything like that, she was not saying that. I think that she was just speaking in general on how those type of things happen to women. And as women sometimes getting the blame for things that have been, pain that has been caused to them by the people who are oppressing them in those situations. So when she put this post up, supposedly, okay, allegedly, all of these women started coming out of the woodworks. I think they said it was up to like 17, somewhere between 17 and 23. I'm getting mixed numbers, but supposedly 17 to 23 women have come forward, but not necessarily on the scene. Like, you haven't seen their face. They supposedly started inboxing her, telling her about situations, in similar situations that they said her T.I. and Tiny had them in. So basically these girls are saying that T.I. and Tiny had drugged them and basically coerced them. I'm not going to say force. Coerced them into having sexual relations with them under the influence. But the thing is, they all saying the same story. Like, basically, the rundown is Tiny kind of like pursues the girl and basically lures them into a situation with her and T.I. Usually maybe at their house. Sometimes if they're out of town, it's been said that they, bring them to hotel rooms and stuff like that. Basically, they're all saying that when they get to the door, there's coke, there's pills, there's all kind of drugs, and they're basically told that they have to take something before they even enter, or else they can't come in. And when they come in, their phones are taken. And then when they come in, they're told, allegedly, that they're signing NDAs because of course, we all know, Tiny and T.I. celebrity status. So, a lot of these celebrities nowadays, when you're chilling with them and doing things with them in the privacy, or they don't necessarily want to be, put out about what they're doing, they are having people sign NDAs. And I don't really knock them, because it's a form of protection for them. But I think that they're not really signing NDAs. I think they're really signing consent forms. And I'm going to get to that later about why I say that. Which would definitely make a big difference on these allegations, being brought or eventually turned into charges. Because right now, like I said, they're just allegations. I did see one girl. I don't know, this is crazy now. Out of all the girls that supposedly came forward, and what happened was these girls started inboxing Sabrina on her page, and Sabrina has been posting the post at the girl. So if y'all haven't seen it, like I said, y'all can go to Sabrina's page. Her name is The Glam University on IG. That's her handle. And you can see the actual posts that she's been putting up of these ladies. Most of them is on her stories. These girls have been sending her messages telling her about what happened to them. And a lot of girls are saying this has been happening over the past 10 years. This is not something that just been happening. Now, I don't know if y'all, know or heard, I've definitely heard about Tiny and T.I.'s escapades in the industry. I mean, if you're from the city, or you kind of like got your ear to the streets, you probably heard about it too, And, I mean, like I said, to each his own. Nobody's contesting or trying to, say anything about what their preferences or what they like, especially if who and what they're doing is with willing participants. But the fact of the matter is, if they are coercing young women who kind of like unbeknownstly, or maybe are somewhat starstruck, and they want to chill with celebrities, because people nowadays, we idolize celebrities. We put the celebrities on a pedestal, we give them too much credit. And I think this situation is just so interesting, because a lot of people are like, it's a big split and divide. Some people wholeheartedly believe everything that's been brought to the forefront, and some people are like, no, that could never happen. Really? Bro, you know what? Don't even mess with it no more. Just leave it alone, please. Thank you. Just have a seat. And get that out of the way. Thank you. And just have a seat, because you're doing too much now. Leaning against the yes. Just lay it down. Okay, so anyway, sorry y'all, my bad. I wouldn't say it's technical difficulties, but it's really children. So if y'all parents, y'all already know what that's about. Alright, so listen, like I said, if they're doing this with no, my bad. What I was saying was, it's a big divide on if they did it or not, if they're guilty or not. Now, I think that, a lot of people out here saying Sabrina is calling them out because she's upset that they're not friends anymore, because they used to be friends. And so what she's saying is based on her experience with them, I think, from being around them. And like I said, y'all feel free to chime in at any time if y'all have any opinions about this, or y'all have any comments about this. I'm not probably going to say anything or address anybody until I get finished talking, because I forget what I got to say. People are trying to say like Sabrina's clout chasing on this, and like I said, I met Sabrina in real life. Talked to her, on more than one occasion. Like I said, it is my CBD distributor, so I've never gotten the impression that first of all, she got a whole check out here in these streets. I don't see what the purpose. Most people chase clout because they broke. Like, they need to have something come about the fact that they're trying to chase clout. Like, they need to have the need to say they associated with somebody, or the need to try to get, monetary gain out of the situation or something like that. But I mean, she has her own check. She's a self-made multimillionaire. So I just don't see her, first of all, putting herself out there to chase clout because she got her own history. She's Sabrina Brenda prison. She used to dance. She does have a few aggravated assault charges, and she from the streets too. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, at the cost of exposing her own skeletons and having people bring up, her past and her history, I just don't feel like she would do that. So I feel like, what they're saying about her trying to chase clout is just farther from the truth. It doesn't even really make any type of sense. Because actually, she never said that he did any of these things to her. She was saying that T.I. put a gun to her head. That was it. You know what I'm saying? And basically, she was saying, how can we uplift the same people? How can we praise the same people that are our predators or put them on a pedestal when they're the same ones out here? Like I said, harming the community or causing harm to just people that are not able to really defend themselves against it. Especially young aspiring girls. They seem to be targeting like strippers, dancers, female escorts, people who are deemed in society probably as less than important to some. You know what I'm saying? People who don't really have any family to advocate on their behalf. People who don't really have maybe anywhere to necessarily go, or they know they're not really financially stable, and so they're throwing money at them and tossing money at them for their own sexual gain or pleasure. And like I said, I mean, if it's with willing participants, fines, half of these girls probably already do drugs, so nobody's contesting that. Actually, some of the girls, definitely have said that they willingly took the drugs. My thing is, what is peculiar to me, one of the things peculiar to me that I've been hearing about is that they're saying that they're giving them pills and they're giving them coke and they're making them take them before they even enter the house. And the way that they're describing that these drugs and alcohol are making them feel are not conducive with the effects that pills and coke would make you have when you take them, because they're uppers. And these girls are saying they feel like inebriated, they feel groggy, they feel disoriented after they have, ingested these drugs and alcohol that they're being given when they're coming to the scene. So to me, it just sounds like maybe they're giving them some type of sedative, and then once they are kind of like under the sedative, excuse me, once the sedative had kind of kicked in, then they're presenting this form that they're saying is an NDA. Now, if you're talking to somebody, first of all, who doesn't have any type of legal knowledge or even understand what the hell an NDA is and what it's really for or how it would really benefit anybody, then they're probably not reading really what this form says. They're just being told they need to sign this because they need to basically, say that they will not disclose the fact that they were with them, or they seen them, or whatever goes on there. They won't repeat and they won't say. So an NDA would definitely protect them in that way, but an NDA wouldn't really do anything for somebody, against somebody who doesn't have anything to lose, because you can't really sue anybody who, you can't get no, I mean you can, but it would be a waste of time because you wouldn't get no money for them. So the NDA is only to protect the person who has the most to lose. On the flip side, to me, now this is why I say I think it's a consent form. After Sabrina went on record saying what she said, Tiny put up a post and she basically was like, y'all go check Tiny page out. Basically, she was like, she put up a post and she was like, how are you saying that he attacked you and he did this to you when 2 years ago you was letting his kids letting your kids call him uncle and asking him to train your kids? And I don't know what kind of training T.I. was going to do for the kids or whatever, but basically Sabrina was like, that was a couple of years ago, and that still doesn't have anything to do with today. So everybody's hollering about, well, why you just not saying this? Why you just not coming to the forefront? As if she's just coming out saying, oh, I was sexually assaulted by this man some years ago. Number one, that's not what happened. She only made a comment based on the fact that he has been appointed to a city council. And I think she's just not in agreement with that because she feels some personal type of way about whatever the situation was with him. Is this the first time I ever heard that he supposedly does drugs? No. Not in Tiny neither. Like that's, I don't think those are anything that are shocking anybody in the community. Um, Tiny basically was like saying that they've been having issues with her over the past 10 years or so. And that was what the PR person said as well when they posted a statement on behalf of Tiny T.I. But my thing is, if y'all been having these kind of problems with her over the past 10 years, why would y'all still being associated with her? If that's the case, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if I'm having a problem with somebody, it's just like right now, I don't associate with people who I know is messy. I don't associate with people who I know like they always have drama going on. That ain't the type of stuff I'd be associated with anyway. So why in the world would I stay around somebody for 10 years that y'all are saying is crazy, deranged, delusional, or whatever the case is, or trying to discredit this person, and y'all have actually been associated with this person for all this time. So y'all know how that goes, you know. I mean, because people like, well, why would you still remain friends with him, or why would you have his children around him? Why would you have your children around him after he put a gun in your head? Y'all act like people don't be, these people act like people don't, toxic relationships don't exist. Just like toxic friendships exist. Just like toxic relationships. Why would a woman stay with a man that beats and cheats on her for 10 years? You know what I'm saying? Like, is it people, you know, like throwing up random irrelevant comments about that type of stuff? It doesn't make any sense to me. So for whatever reason, because she might have gotten over the situation, but she still may feel some type of way about it. Because like I don't know if any of y'all ever had a situation where you was maybe friends or associates with somebody, and something may have happened between y'all, you know, and it kind of like loses the bond and connection that the original relationship had. And you might not necessarily cut ties with that person, but you know you might not feel and fuck with that same person the same way anymore after it. And I think that's very normal. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, especially with people just not being wholeheartedly real with themselves and valuing themselves and the people that they associate themselves with. A lot of people allow people to treat them like shit, and they know it. They know it, and they still willingly associate themselves with this person, constantly are in this person's presence, constantly continuing to let these people do them that way, even though they realize what's going on. So I don't know who these people are asking these questions, but it is, you know, some of this stuff is like, it's totally irrelevant to the situation. People coming out like, well, why are you just not coming out? Does it really matter? I mean, she's definitely said that, she's mentioned this is not nothing new. You know, and sometimes like, it's like, why you just not coming out? Well, hell, 10 years ago, social media wasn't even that public. When she was coming out, it was probably to friends, family members, associates who already know that situation, which is exactly what she said. Because Tiny put that post up, and then Sabrina came back and went live and basically was saying the same thing. Like, sis, you know what happened. And Sabrina was friends with Tiny originally. So basically, the situation she said was T.I. put the gun to her head because she beat up T.I.'s assistant, who was treating Tiny like a slave. And so she was basically defending Tiny. And I guess T.I., you know what I'm saying, he had, you know, I mean, okay, he was defending his assistant, you know what I'm saying. So I'm not knocking that. Was it necessarily necessary to put a gun to her head and threaten her life behind it? I don't know. Maybe she whooped that girl ass so bad that he felt the need to, or maybe he felt like he couldn't handle her on his own with just maybe some restraint, you know what I'm saying? Because some bitches can beat niggas ass, you know what I'm saying, out here in these streets. And from what I hear, Sabrina really got them hands, so it could have been one of them situations. I don't know. I'm just saying. So at the end of the day, you know, she said that basically Tiny was her friend, and she said that she got tired of hearing Tiny complain about her husband treating her bad, cheating on her, doing this, doing that, and then here comes the assistant basically doing the same thing. She said she felt like she was defending the honor of her friend. But she also said, you know, that was back then. She was young and naive, and maybe, you know, she might be one of them friends. Y'all know them friends that always willing to stick up for their friends, even though they don't even know what the hell their friend got going on. They don't even know why their friends beefing with somebody. They just stay on go because their friends said, oh, you know, this bitch right here fucking with me, yada yada. So I feel like it's kind of like one of them situations. Since that happened, when Sabrina came live, next up is Shekinah Joe. So Shekinah goes live, and I don't know. I think that in her mind she was trying to make Tiny and T.I. look good and defend them, but she really just basically confirmed some of the allegations that are being brought up against them, because basically she went live, and live, let me tell you something about live. Unless you're doing some shit like this, like what I'm doing, live ain't for you to go when you're emotionally riled up. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's probably not in your best interest to go live at that time, because you say stuff that, first of all, don't make sense. Number two, probably incriminate yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you'll say stuff because the more you talk, the more you tell. So basically, Shekinah didn't do nothing but add fuel to the fire. So she goes live after Sabrina's live, and she says, well, why you don't tell them you was the one recruiting the girls? Why you don't tell them that you was in there with them when they was having these threesomes and fours and these parties and yada. Then she says, well, I don't know what they was doing because I wasn't there. But how do you know what was going on if you wasn't there? Because you're telling exactly what the rest of these girls came. These girls came forward after Sabrina made her comment. She never said T.I. raped her. She never said T.I. did anything to actually physically hurt her. She did say that he put a gun to her head and threatened her life in front of children. She also said one of the reasons why she didn't call the police was because she knew he was on probation. I think this was after the second time he came home from prison. No. No. I take that back. This was before the first time he went to prison, because she said one of the guns that he got caught with was the same gun that he put to her head. So this is actually before T.I. caught the gun charge. So she said that was one of the reasons why, she didn't call the police on him. And of course, like, I think they were somewhat, like I said, friends, families, good associates or whatever. So I don't think that she really wanted to do that, but it was a heat of the moment type of situation. Sometimes people, after they calm down, especially when those type of situations are going on, they may feel like they want to do something at that point in time, but then after, how you go home, you cool down, you think about it a couple days later, you don't necessarily feel the same way about it. So I just feel like she decided not to take any action on that, but I think she probably started kind of like separating herself. Now, I don't know, I'm just saying this is what I'm assuming based on the facts that have been presented. So Shekinah was like, yeah, and why you didn't tell them that you know what I'm saying, I got down with them. Basically, Shekinah's like, Sabrina is really upset because she really wants Tiny, and Tiny don't want her. And that is why she's coming forward and saying this stuff now. But she never came and said anything. She wasn't attacking Tiny. She didn't even attack T.I. She just said that this is her truth. And y'all, like I said, y'all chime in and say and tell me exactly what y'all feel about this. Have y'all even heard about this situation that I'm talking about? Anybody know what's going on? Because it's been all over the blog sites and stuff. Yeah, this is like I just found out about it like it was Friday night when I first heard about it. And it was just like, I thought it was just some, little light, words back and forth. But all of these girls, so then Shekinah did that. And then she came back the next day in tears, because at first her attitude was like, oh yeah, why that bitch ain't tell y'all this? And why that bitch ain't tell y'all that? She was recruiting hoes and she was getting down with them. Why she ain't tell y'all she got some of that D? And why she ain't tell y'all she was eating on that P? And all this extra. Next day she came back and she was in tears, boo-hoo, crying. I didn't have anything to do with that. And all I'm saying is I wasn't there. I don't know. Her whole, I was like, you did a whole 360. Y'all know how she kind of run her mouth and pop out. So this was like really kind of like, oh, whoa, what's going on? Why y'all trying to put me in the middle of this? I ain't got nothing to do with it. But nobody was even talking to you or about you. You put yourself in this situation. Now you crying because you talking about somebody trying to put you in a situation. It's what I think is somebody came and told you, you implicating yourself in the situation. If they do go down, you're probably going to be questioned. You're probably going to be subpoenaed for court if these charges are actually brought up, because you basically went on live and implicated yourself in the situation. So it's like, your whole demeanor the next day was not all that shit talking and popping and all that, you know what I'm saying, that you were doing today. Because I'm talking about, you were real crunk. You was, and let me tell y'all now, Shekinah got a strainer. Shekinah been put a restrainer. So you've been scared of Sabrina anyway. You been said you ain't no fighter, but you been scared of Sabrina hand because you been the one and put a restraining order against her. So I feel like that's the only reason why you were popping out this shit, because you know that you have a restraining order against her. And that's from another situation that happened years ago. So okay, so let me just reiterate for those of y'all just tuning in. What's going on, Charnay? So basically, Tiny and T.I., these allegations are being brought up against them that they have been basically coercing women, and some of them supposedly minors. The allegations of sex trafficking basically come from the fact that they're supposedly flying these girls in from other states and vice versa, or flying the girls to other states from other states, not necessarily just to Atlanta and not necessarily just to their home. Some of these incidents they're saying have taken place at their home. Some of the incidents happen out of town when they're on the road at hotels and stuff like this. Several different ladies have come forward with situations saying that happened to them by Tiny and T.I. And they're saying that Tiny is basically actually more of the aggressor in the situation than T.I. is. She basically comes, talks to the girls, befriends them, lures them in, and gets them comfortable with the situation, and then invites them over to the house or up to the room or whatever the case is. And they get to the room, and then they get there, they see T.I., of course they starstruck, and they like, oh, it's Tip, whoop whoop. And, he's basically like, yeah, y'all want to chill, y'all got to do A or B, you know what I'm saying, or both, and take this drink, you know what I'm saying, come on in, give me your phone, and we're going to put that down to the side. And then y'all got to sign this NDA right here, because basically what goes on stays here. Y'all can't tell anybody once you leave. And I feel like I said, that this NDA is not necessarily an NDA, or either it's an NDA and a consent form kind of compacted together, because like I said, I don't think that the girls, because they don't sound like they're the brightest apples on the trees, and they really have any legal knowledge or awareness about, certain terminologies in language or verbiage that's being used in these contracts. They're not comprehending exactly what's going on. But the reason, I'm gonna get to the reason why I keep saying I think this is a consent form. It is basically based on what T.I. came forward and said, because that's really what has taken the cake, his statement. But I'm gonna get to that. Okay, so Chicago, like I said, you came back the next day, you was crying, you was oh, excuse me, after they signed the contract, the girls are saying that basically when they're signing the contract, they're not really coherent. They feel groggy, they feel delusional, they feel, slightly inebriated. They're not in their right mind necessarily when they're signing these deals. I don't think that they're reading it, they're just signing it, because they're just so ready to party and chill with Tip and Tiny. You know what I'm saying? Some of the girls have said that Tiny and Tip have jumped on them, beat them up. Some of the girls say they have woke up in whole different locations with other men and women that they don't even know or remember from the night before. Some of them saying that they woke up with some, less. I got my minor sitting over here, so I can't really say, I can't get into graphic details, but they basically have woken up with, abuse down below. And it's not, you know what I'm saying, like, it's enough to maybe go to the hospital and receive care. So that's basically like, I kind of see y'all comments, but I can't talk and remember what I'm gonna say. So I'm gonna talk first, and then I'm gonna address y'all comments when I get finished. So basically, that's what the girls are saying. Now, my problem kind of with some of these girls is they haven't really showed their face. But then again, I know people that have actually been sexually assaulted and abused by people, and they don't necessarily want to come forward either. We all know people, and I'm sure we all know people that this has happened to, that don't want to come forward and say anything, because once they're embarrassed, and also they're saying that their lives have been threatened if they do go tell. So like I said, I don't know what to believe. About these sexual escapades, I believe those, because they've already said what kind of stuff they into. You know what I'm saying? So that, I think that's something kind of known. But if they're doing this with people who are not necessarily willing participants, or not really in their right state of mind. Because at the end of the day, why do they have to take drugs to come in your house if they're coming willingly to, you know, come and chill and do whatever? So, okay, Chardonnay. All right. You know, like I said, I don't. Some of it sounds realistic. Some of it sounds far fetched. Now, T.I. made a statement that some people have been hitting them up saying that they got in her inbox making false or made up statements just to see what she would do. And the fact that she posted them, you know, is proof that she's not verifying these stories. Now, Sabrina has, since this whole thing started, decided to put some kind of documentary together because she was like, she didn't know so many people had been victim of the situation. So people are like, well, you know, they're saying that she's just as much as the blame as Shekinah's the only one that even implemented that Sabrina had anything to do with this. Sabrina never even said anything about being there. And so I don't really think that she is aware of all of these situations that was going on. I don't think she knows anything about that. She actually was just saying that she came out and said that T.I. put a gun to her head. This is how all this started. She never said anything about anything else, any type of escapades or abuse from him or Tiny. I think that when she made the comment, some women felt liberated. Now, this is my personal take on it. I think that some of these girls' stories is real, and I think that these fake stories or these ones that sound too far fabricated are, one, either people who are clout chasing, just trying to get in where they fit in and get some type of notoriety off of this, or, and this is my criminal mind thinking, because I'm a 7-time felon, I don't care about the case, you feel me? This is my criminal mind thinking. It wouldn't be too far-fetched if T.I. and Tiny told some women to get in her inbox and kind of fabricate stories just to discredit the real women who are having stories and coming forward with this. Because like I said, you got a lot of women that have been abused physically, sexually, emotionally, and they don't necessarily want to come forward and admit this. Now, let's fast forward to the next occurrence. So after Shekinah made her second post, and y'all can go on. So, first of all, the person who started Sabrina Patterson, who is, like I said, I know Sabrina personally, and that's kind of why I'm kind of you know, shook by this situation, because I'm like, I usually read people pretty good. You know what I'm saying? I actually can read people. I ain't even gonna front. I can read people. All of my interactions with her, I don't get fake bitch. I don't get liar. I don't get clout chaser. Not for nobody that came from doing federal prison time for her dude, that came from the strip club, that came from Atlanta, you know what I'm saying, that came from the streets, out the mud, who made herself into a self-made millionaire after she came home from the Fed. She's not a bum bitch, you know what I'm saying? She ain't no ugly bitch. She ain't no lame hoe, you know what I'm saying? Like, she doesn't really have any. This bitch drives Lamborghinis and Maseratis, baby. You feel me? Like, she ain't hurting for nothing. This is my plug. This is my CBD plug, or distributor, whatever you want to call it, but this is my plug. So I just don't. Most people chasing clout. They need money. They need something. They need a reason to chase clout. The reasons that people are saying that she's chasing clout, that ain't adding up with who she really is. So y'all can go check her page out. That's The Glam University, all right, on IG. So y'all can see everything I'm saying, the statements that she made, and she even added Keisha Bottoms in that statement that she made, because really what she was really doing was trying to get at Keisha Bottoms, because she not agreeing with the fact that Keisha Bottoms done put this man on the council to be able to advocate on behalf of the community, and she's saying that he's the same one oppressing, or is a predator of the same people that he's supposed to be protecting in the community. So this is, I think, where her conflict came in on it. Tiny said she was lying. She said she wasn't lying. She took a lie detector tests as well. She posted those results on lie detector tests. She went live when she was at a lie detector test. You can hear the man, the examiner, reading out the results live. The lie detector test was inconclusive. She wasn't lying about her situation. Now, she actually asked Tiny and T.I. to take a lie detector test. they're not. They ain't took no lie detector test. You feel me? So that's one kind of, you know what I'm saying, such suspicious thing going on. Number one. Number two, Keisha Bottoms, you haven't responded or said anything about this whole situation. That's funny, suspicious thing number two. All right, Shekinah, your whole backtrack of your whole outburst from your original post the first day to your part two post the second day, your whole demeanor and your whole ammunition chain is switched up. You went from, like I said, the crying and just, you know, it was just too much for me. It was just too much for me. You turned into a whole nother person. You turned into a victim. First you was the aggressor, then you turned into the victim. That's suspicion number three. So boom, let's move forward. All right, so where was I at? Shekinah. All right, so after Shekinah said that, Sabrina took her lie detector test. Boom, she posted them. She posted the comments that the girls was inboxing her. One girl, now I done read all these comments. I'm talking about bitches writing pages and pages about, these are girls that don't even know each other, and all their stories sound very similar. That's really weird too. I don't know if she's making up fake pages and texting herself. You know, I ain't putting nothing past nobody, because anybody could be capable of doing anything. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying, Takaya. And I know that you said you don't believe it, but it's a lot of things that are very suspect about this situation. And I'm not just going to say I don't believe it. I'm not going to say I do believe it, because like I said, I only seen one girl that came actually live and said that T.I. drugged her. She actually said out her mouth. I seen this last night. Her name is at Blue. I think I screenshot this. So let me see. What's this bitch name? And what was so crazy about this one right here, T.I. actually came online. It was like, oh, this is another liar. He added the girl. And the girl added him back and said, oh, T.I., you ain't used to call me Buttercup. He ain't said nothing else since then. And they said he deleted her comment out page. But ever since she said that, you ain't said nothing. And she actually, while she was on that same live, she said, and because everybody was like, he telling people to delete her page or report her page. And she was like, if he report my page, I'm going to make a fake page. And then I'm going to post these receipts about, I'm going to post these receipts where he texted me this morning asking me to stop talking and running my mouth and trying to pay me to be quiet. So I don't know what's going on. But this is very, very, yeah, that's why I came live, because I just wanted to know what y'all think. This is somebody who, like I said, you know, we look up everybody, you know, from trap music to I'm Serious. You know, I've always been a T.I. fan, you know, and I'm from the A, and I've always been an Escape fan. So, you know, like, for me, it's just kind of like, but I'm not, none of this stuff's a problem. Like, and then everybody's trying to compare the situation to R. Kelly and Bill Cosby. One thing's for certain, two things for sure. We know that when they contract over with, them folk gonna take them down. We do know that. But the thing about them trying to compare Bill Cosby and R. Kelly's situation is they was guilty. So what like, I don't agree with necessarily somebody coming forward, you know, 10, 20 years later, or after the hush money done ran out, trying to expose you and put you on blast and then get you sentenced when they done already been paid off. No, I don't agree with that. Do I feel like a lot of them? No, with R. Kelly, you had a lot of willing participants. With Bill Cosby, that was something different, because you was kind of doing the same thing that they're saying allegedly that T.I. and Tiny got going on with the slipping of the Mickeys and stuff. The girls are saying coke and pills, but the reaction that they're saying getting it's not conducive with how coke and pills, because you'll be wide awake, you won't be, you know, all this and that, like, you won't be delusional and groggy. And I'm telling you what I know from experience. You know what I'm saying? I ain't telling you what I heard. I'm telling you what I know. So, like I said, I think it's a sedative when they come through the door, disguised as cocaine or disguised as a pill. And then once they get to sign this form, I'm just saying form because I don't know if it's an Indiana consent form. When they sign this form, yeah, then they get them the pills, then they get them the coke, then they pipe them up, because now they ready for the show. You feel me? So that's what I know. Listen, it's crazy. Damn, my computer trying to go dead. Listen, if my on this Giselle the She Boss page, it might cut off because I forgot to bring my charger with me, and I'm at my studio, y'all can see. I was supposed to not go live until February 1st, but this is the She Boss recording studio. We got a little construction going on over here, so That's why y'all hear that noise and stuff like that. Just move some things around, trying to shift it up. But I don't. The thing about the drugs is, I think that these girls probably already take drugs because of the lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? You know that lifestyle is associated with drug use. So it doesn't seem too far-fetched. It's not that. It's that I think that, this is my personal opinion, what they're telling them they're giving them is not really what they're giving them. Because the reactions that the girls are describing are not conducive with coke and pills. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. It's not like I think that they're putting Mickeys in their drinks or, tricking them to take drugs. Coercing, maybe so. Some of the girls, I don't think they actually took drugs prior to. But they want to be in the presence of these celebrities who they idolize so bad. And celebrities use their stardom to get things they want from people. Let's just keep it 100. This is not nothing new. The industry is full of, I know y'all done heard about these parties. I know y'all done heard about what goes on at some of these gatherings in this industry. A lot of, demonic, sexual, things going on that ain't, satanic, sacrificial. We done heard about this. So let's not, pretend like anyone could be, anyone, all of these celebrities, as far as I'm concerned, can get with it. They be with the sheets. Let's just keep it 100. And being exposed to that stuff in the industry, let's keep it 100, they already be saying that when you sign that contract, you selling your soul. So once your soul is sold, what do you have left to lose? You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it 100. This is my personal opinion. I have to give a disclaimer, like I said, but I keep hearing about this Jamal Bryant situation, and I think actually I'm going to cover that. I have not looked into it yet, because I'm telling you, like, the stuff that's coming out, like, about the situation has been just back to back to back to back. And so I haven't actually looked into it yet. But I'm going to cover that on She Boss Talks as well. If y'all haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my YouTube channel, alright? At She Boss Talks, SHIIBOSSTALKZ. SHIIBOSSTALKZ. Alright. I do all kind of content over there, but a lot of conscious content, and I am going to start doing things like this, because I kind of was on the fence about, should I do this? But I'm so opinionated. Why not? You know what I'm saying? Because hell, everybody else talking about the shit. You know what I'm saying? Because it is a little something to talk about. I don't normally get into celebrity gossip, but this is more like news. This is not really gossip. These are allegations. You know what I'm saying? And the news been talking about this. It ain't not the news that y'all necessarily see, not the the fake news. But if you look at some of the news channels, like I look at a lot of YouTube, because that's where it's at. That's where the real news be at. They're actually covering this. You know what I'm saying? They're covering the allegations and everything, and they staying up to date on what's going on. All right, so boom. Sabrina posted her lie detector test. Tiny and T.I.'s PR people put up a statement saying that Tiny and T.I. deny the allegations. And if the allegations continue, they will definitely take legal action to, I guess, handle the situation, so to speak. Now, one thing I do know, you cannot sue for defamation of character if what is being said is the truth. Number one. So number two, I don't see what the holdup is about if these allegations continue, because what would you be waiting on? Number one, unless you're trying to figure out a way to maneuver this situation. Number two, okay, and then Tiny and T.I. went and got Phaedra Parks as their lawyer. I don't know what the hell that's about, but they went and got Phaedra Parks as their lawyer. So after they did that, after the PR posted the statement, T.I. decides that he gonna come live. Now, number one, T.I., why in the world would you even open up your mouth? You just as bad as Shekinah with the bullshit, because I know them folks that advise you not to say nothing. Tiny, you ain't said anything. I haven't heard anything from you since your original post. That's another suspicious thing right there. Because if you listen, if I ain't do it, I'm denying it. I don't give a damn. I ain't got what I got to hide for. I ain't do it. And I'm gonna get on live, say it, TV, write a statement, or whatever. I'm gonna keep denying it out of my mouth verbally, and I'm still gonna go get me some a lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Because you still need that legal representation. But at the end of the day, the only reason you be quiet is because you may incriminate yourself, or you may offer some type of evidence about what's being said. So this, I'm just saying, let's keep it 100. T.I. came and made an 8-minute statement on his IG page. Y'all can go check it out. Basically, what he said was, it ain't what they can prove that you did. It's what you can prove that you didn't do. He said this out his own mouth. Number one. Number two, he basically was like, if anybody out there, you know what I'm saying, has been victimized, show your face and come forward. So I have heard people talking about they felt like this was an intimidation technique to intimidate the victims from coming forward. Because for one, when you think about having to come forward, having to be put on the stand, having to be ridiculed, having your past being opened up, having your your history being brought to the forefront, some of these people are still suffering from this, so they say. You know what I'm saying? Don't necessarily want to rehash those old mental situations and stuff like that. Girl, that's what I'm. Listen, that was a joke. I don't even know why. I didn't understand that. Also, Candy, from what I understand, is advocating on behalf of them. Now, y'all know, sometime last year, if I'm not mistaken, it was Phaedra who allegedly accused Candy of trying the same thing, well, wanted to try the same type of situation with Portia. And everybody know Candy got a sex dungeon. So, this is the... This is a whole bunch of stuff going on up in here. Not saying Candy has anything to do with this, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, industry, we are regular people. We're not in those circles. You feel me? A lot of stuff go on in those circles that we could never fathom because we would never believe that they would actually happen. But a lot of people, a lot of elites and a lot of celebrities that we think, just like Oprah, just like Hillary Clinton. Y'all wouldn't believe that Hillary Clinton was involved in that Pizzagate thing, sex trafficking kids and stuff like. Y'all would never have believed that. I wouldn't have believed it. When Donald Trump was trying to tell us about Hillary Clinton, when he got voted into president, do y'all remember that? Y'all remember when Donald Trump trying to tell everybody about what Hillary had going on? Nobody believed Donald Trump. 3 years later, everything he was trying to tell everybody about what she had going on came to the light. And he was not lying. So this just goes to show you how we never know who we think we know. And a lot of people, these people don't present themselves to be who they are because they can present themselves to be whoever they want to be. They in the limelight, they can make it look good. You feel me? Sex trafficking with who? No, not with Candy. No, Phaedra was saying that Candy was wanted to drug Portia and then lure her to her sex dungeon so that her and Todd could take advantage of her. So basically the same thing that these girls are allegedly accusing Tiny and T.I. of. Phaedra, who Tiny and T.I. went to go get as their lawyer, accused Candy of the same thing. Like, and Candy and Tiny is, y'all, they best friends. So this is it's just kind of, girl, baby, you ain't know? Do your research on Hillary Clinton, baby. She is the devil in disguise. Y'all must listen. If y'all don't know about Hillary, Bill, all of them, y'all go watch your boy Young Pharaoh on YouTube. Y'all go watch your boy Young Pharaoh. He'll tell y'all about them. I can't even repeat it. It's a whole nother live, and I ain't got enough battery time or time to talk about it tonight. But I will get into it if you want to, because that Pizzagate scandal with the kids up there in New York, you know what I'm saying, that restaurant, when they ordering all them hot dogs and hamburgers, those are code words for children and their sexual organs. All right, so we're gonna leave that right there. It's a whole lot of funny stuff going on. It's not cute, and this is that. Like I said, this is a norm. This is the norm with the elites. This is a norm with them, even with them drinking the children's blood. Y'all ain't heard about this stuff. If y'all ain't heard about it, it's cool. I'm gonna make sure that I start telling y'all this stuff. 'Cause I be hearing about it all the time. You know, so I just be in the know. I stay on top of stuff like that. I don't get into politics, but I pay attention to it because it's a lot of stuff. Like these kids that are coming up missing and randomly getting killed. All that stuff don't be as random as y'all think, man. They really do be human trafficking and sex trafficking these kids. They trafficking our kids for our organs and sacrificing a lot of them as, what I'm saying, sex slaves. So they made a lot of money off of that too while they were in office. Matter of fact, one of Hillary's best friends got fired for something related to this, and then they basically put her as the head of the person who does the Amber Alerts. How somebody who was connected to a pedophilic charge is in charge of the same person? How many Amber Alerts y'all heard in the past 2 years? You damn sure don't hear them no more like you used to. I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying? So, I don't know why they would put her in the charge of the Amber Alerts. Now this bitch know exactly where we at. Anyway. Anyway. So T.I. not only said it ain't what they can prove, it's what you don't prove. He said that anything that he did do, he had consent to do it. This is my final point. This is why I keep saying that I don't feel like it was necessarily NDA. I feel like it might have been a consent form that they were signing. Consenting to the activities that took place, even before it took place. Basically giving their consent to participate and, their consent that they are willingly, knowingly going into this. But how could you know what you're getting into before you get into it? The fact that their phones is taken, yes, I understand that these are celebrities, but they also don't have any evidence of anything that's being said, which is a defense mechanism, I think. I think that these things are a lot of times thought through, and they're saying that Tiny is more the aggressor than T.I. In some of these situations, one girl said that, like, T.I. was paying her more attention than Tiny, and Tiny got upset and punched the girl in the face. And when she tried to defend herself against him, T.I. jumped on her, and both of them beat her up. And he choked her out. You know what I'm saying? Now y'all know how intellectual women are. And y'all know how analytical we are. Y'all know our thought process. A lot of time a woman is really the the fire behind the man. I just don't believe that T.I. came up with the whole strategy of passing out the pills, taking the phone, signing the form, and then giving more drugs and coercing. I don't feel like that's something that he would have came up on his own. Just don't strike me as that type of. But somebody who think like that, or somebody who man don't pay them enough attention and they constantly getting cheated on, they might be willing to do anything that their man want them to do to keep their man around. And we already know how we already know how T.I. do Tiny, been doing them. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. It doesn't seem that far-fetched that she would be a willing participant in this stuff. Like I said, none of this stuff is proven. It's alleged. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, we cannot put it past anybody. And like I said, I'm a fan too. So I'm not, it's conflicting for me. It's conflicting, very conflicting. It's alarming because, like I said, this is not the first situation that we heard of something like this in the industry. This is something that's kind of becoming more common than not, and do these situations always necessarily get reported? No, I don't think so. But the other thing is, if they're doing this, all these random people that are also in the situation, like these girls are saying that more people are there at these parties. It's not just Tiny and T.I. They're saying that they're waking up with random guys that they didn't see there the night before. They be done passed them on to somebody or another couple or whatever the case is. So that sounds like it's more, what I'm saying, codependent. So, what I'm saying? I'm just saying, they ain't doing the shit by themselves now. And that's the other issue, you know what I'm saying? Because industry people usually hang with industry people. So, what's y'all thoughts on this, man? Let me just get into it real quick. Let me see. Let me scroll down real quick because I know I've been missing something. Oh, yeah, and then let me tell y'all something. I was watching another video on YouTube last night where a guy made a good point about when these, rappers get into the industry and they start moving up. And when the rap game is one thing, but Hollywood is a whole nother level. And Hollywood is where a lot of this other satanic and demonic activities usually come into play. Y'all know T.I. went from trap music to doing Ocean's 13 or 11? Which movie was that? That's a pretty big jump. You know what I'm saying? I don't have time to really get into the transformation of that and the transition of how that may relate to the situation. But I'm probably gonna do a part 2, like I said, cause my computer done went dead, so I can't finish recording on my other page. But you alright over there? Mm-hmm. Alright. I'll talk about that. I'm gonna talk about that again. I gotta try to keep these videos short because my data I be having so much shit on my phone. I got so many videos. But any event, somebody said that basically they contract them, you know, say like they must have pissed somebody off. And somebody did say that, you know, the fact that T.I. has been trying to advocate on behalf of the community could be the reason why the elite might be trying to take him down. I don't discredit that these situations may have possibly happened, but it's usually also a bigger motive behind the situation. So I'm not saying that, you know, Sabrina could be, you know, a willing participant in this, but on the flip side of things, I don't condone putting out information about people, whether they're allegations or not, especially if you haven't even really looked into it or did your research. If what T.I. is saying is true, that these people are putting up, you know, or sending her random messages about situations that didn't really occur, you know, that could, that definitely makes a whole documentary and all of these allegations look kind of shaky. But this one girl, like I said, one girl did show her face. I just seen her last night. I can't think of this girl's name. What was strange though, when she came out and said that T.I. and Tiny drugged her. She said it. She said T.I. and Tiny drugged her. She said Tiny gave her fellatio. And I'm saying fellatio because I got a minor. And she said that you know, that the situation has gone down. She showed her face while she was saying it. She was on live. T.I. added her and was like, oh, this another liar. Why you even still commenting on this? Didn't your representatives tell you not to say anything? Why would you single this girl out? Cause I think this is weird because this is the first one that showed her face. So soon as she show her face and make this statement, you at her and say, oh, she lied. Well, that's what a liar would say. That's the first thing a liar would say. I used to lie. I know, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't tell lies, but I used to lie. You feel me? So that's what a liar would say. Why? Because why would you even give her any type of validation on what she said? Why would you even comment on her? Why would you at her from your page? Then when she added you back and was like, oh, T.I., no, Trouble Man 31, you ain't used to call me, what she say, Buttercup? That's what she said, Buttercup. She light skinned. Hey man, I wish I could think of the girl name, but I'm on all of my social media. Let me see what I got. I got IG on this phone. Damn, I can't think of that girl name. I wish I could think of her name. My fact, hold on. I have to pull it up. Hold up. It got to be on YouTube. If it ain't nowhere else, somebody done said something about it. I want y'all to go check her page out too. Yep, this is some real interesting stuff right here. But, you know, what goes up do come down. And it happens quite often. So, I just really hope that it's not, you know, true. I hope that it don't hold no weight. But it's just kind of shaky. It's just too shaky to not pay attention to. Like, for real. Because this is, like I said, this is somebody who, you know, this like a, you know, this is supposed to be an honorable power couple in the industry. So, it's just definitely kind of suspicious. What are y'all thoughts on this? Anybody just feel like they absolutely could be guilty of this? Anybody feel like they absolutely could not be guilty of this? I got about 10 phones, y'all. Don't judge me. I'm trying to see. This one right here acting crazy. Let me see. Okay, we might be in business now. I'm just trying to find the girl name that came on the live the other day. Y'all gotta go look at Shakana's page though. This shit right here. And the allegation on Famous Animal TV on YouTube, he put up the video that T.I. went live and said they talk about Shakana Joe gonna have everybody going to prison. That motherfucker, she got to be, that bitch run her mouth too much. Just straight up, like seriously. Oh, wait a minute now. This is another girl. This ain't the same girl.
I have a new baby and stuff. I'm like, okay, well, can I get back to you on this offer? So he's like, sure, you can get back to me, whatever. So now, of course, I speak to my fiance. I'm like, hey, what do you think I should do? Should I, meet up with these people after I see what they have to offer, whatever, whatever. And he's like, if you do go, I'm sure they're probably gonna have you sign something, whatever. And it's crazy because like as I'm seeing these stories, I'm seeing that this is exactly what they have these people do, like sign that you cannot speak about what's going on. So
this a whole nother girl. This ain't even the other girl I'm talking about. I didn't see her. That's Sabrina, y'all, on the top.
Who they are, and then I like thought back on it, like because
trying to hold it back
myself
so I can all these phones.
rape victim from 2014. I had just questions of like, okay, so why do you want to fly me out? Like, why do you want to meet with me? Like, he's like, oh, we have a venture for you. We can speak more in person about it, whatever. But it just didn't sit well with me until why these people wanted. Like, I have 2,000 followers at that time, probably less than that. So I'm like, what about me? Like, where did you know what I mean? Like, I had so many questions in my mind about what did they really want. And then, I brought it to my family's attention. I went to my mom. I'm like, Mom, look, such and such wants me to go. And, everybody around me is like, go, I would have did it,
Exactly, because people idolize these people.
Family, and I'm like, well, these people are these people. And after I go and come back, like, they're still going to have, their families and stuff. And what am I, like, I don't really see what's the main reason. Like, yeah, I do sing, and every girl, like you said, has dreams to be a model and do this and do that. But after I had a phone call with the two individuals, I just didn't understand, like, what did they want from me specifically? Because there was no actual. It was more so when you get here, we'll speak about it. About a venture, as you see. And I'm like, okay, what kind of venture?
Same story.
Exactly that you guys,
very similar story to a couple of the other girls.
Like, I'm shaking right now.
Because I was just going to say, let me say this too. One of the other things is it sounds like they're profiling certain type of women. Either women that are trying to get in the music industry or already like doing some music, and they're targeting, like I said, like sex workers, dancers, strippers, escorts, stuff like that. So it seems like there is some type of consistency going on with these women who are coming forward and saying this. And like I said, more than one woman has said they've gotten beaten up by either both of them or one of them in that situation as well. So I don't know.
I didn't go through with it because it's so many females, as from what I could see, that has got taken advantage of. And like I said, I couldn't relate to it because I've been there. So like when somebody actually hit me up and was like, didn't these people hit you up? And then they sent me your link, and I'm shaking. Oh my God, I'm shaking. And so that's why I started reading through the stuff, and I'm like, wow, this is so crazy. This is like so crazy. I'm shaking right now. I'm like, so
this the one that T.I. said that she said T.I. put the gun to her head. That's Sabrina.
Go for what they thought they were going for.
Mm-hmm.
You get in the presence of two people you look up to, two people have the soundtrack to your life. You understand that? So here's your decision. We're here with you. If you want to stay with us, you need to do two things. You need to take a pill, and you need to compromise your spirituality to have sex. And most girls don't have the tenacity, the mindset, and or the discipline and willpower to say no in a moment that you say in a setting that they possibly change their whole life for them. Right, and that's like I said, because of the. I'm sorry. Go ahead. No, you're fine. Like, because of what you said, like, I'm not gonna lie, in the instant, at the moment, a lot of, like, everything in me is like, oh, like, this is an opportunity. But it's just something that, give me 1 second, baby. It's just something that didn't sit well with me. And that's the only thing that stopped me. Like, even my mom told me, oh, like, are you crazy? These are these people. Like, you know what I mean? My brothers, like, friends, everyone told me I was crazy.
I ain't gonna watch the whole video. Y'all can check that out yourself. This is
all you gotta do is be around the right people at the right time
page
and get a photo taken. So it was very much so tempting.
Like I said, Sabrina's doing a documentary on y'all can check this out on Where the Tea Resides on YouTube. That's the YouTube channel that's on. Shakana, here she go. Now let me show y'all this. Let me show y'all this person. This was her. This is the first day.
She wouldn't be even into it right now with Tia. She's looking attention. She wants Tiny. She obsessed with Tiny. Like she wants Tiny to be her girlfriend. Now listen, this is my thing. It came out the Tip pulled the gun on her, right? How do we change from Tip not the victim no more? Tip is the victim and Tiny now is the legend. How do we go from that? So she done got mad at Tamika for taking husband. He go the whole goddamn thing. She has a problem. She ain't talked about nothing about how she Tamika Tip. I said what I said. Why she ain't talking about how she done stuck the stick? They gonna ask her why she ain't told she didn't get and she women empowerment. Why she didn't tell y'all that she done had some of that? Why she didn't tell y'all? She talking about all the rest of these folks running around here getting. Why she didn't tell y'all?
That's your best friend. Running her mouth.
And then upstairs, cause Tamika, I guess Tiny, I don't know, I never, and I swear to God, I don't get involved, I don't know what they do in their lifestyle, I'm not a part of it. But I know she done been,
Well, how would you know that?
Go ask her, she come and say, she know how to taste too. Ask her how Tamika say. Ask her, do she want some more, is that the problem? Well, ask her what was going on when she was in the threesomes and the foursomes. What happened with her? Huh? What about when she used to go get the recruit the house for? Where's she at in there?
She said she recruited the hoes for them.
Black power.
You about to get everybody taken down. This is why it looks so suspicious. Okay, now that's her. That's Shakana now. That's the first day. Here she go. Here go part 2. Check her out the next day. Now all that popping, all that talking. Here you go the next day.
Okay, Vanity. That's how I met Tiny. A friend of mine named Vanity. And we met about 11 and a half years ago. Okay? Now, when I met Tiny, I came and met her from doing her hair. I was her hairstylist, and we weren't friends at first. We was just doing, I did her hair, she did my hair, and this was the way that life went, you know, but I always came in working, okay? I never asked anyone to give me anything. I never asked for any of that shit. I would go to work, I would do hair, and go take my ass home, okay? Because that's what I did. Me and her ended up, you know, of course, gaining a bond in the midst. Now, when I became Tamika's friend, her and Sabrina, they were not friends. I'm going to say it again. When I became Tiny's friend, Sabrina and Tiny were not friends.
Okay, now so let me ask you something. Let me ask you something. This what I would wonder. When she became Tiny's friend, if they weren't friends, how do she know that Sabrina was quote unquote participate with them and going to recruit hoes? Either you lying or somebody told you that. But who would have told you that unless it was another person that was involved? I know Sabrina ain't told you that because y'all ain't never been friends. She threatened to beat your ass a long time ago and you went and got a restraining order against her. So that's another contradicting, you know, I'm just saying. Make it make sense to me.
They had stopped being friends for a long time, I think, like 2 or 3 years, okay?
I think about stuff like this because I'm real analytical.
I'm coming here to say this to you guys because they had stopped being friends 2 or 3 years ago, having nothing to do with me. This isn't about damage control. And if you here for whatever you here
yes,
for,
the fuck it is.
I'm not here in a negative light.
Yes, it is.
I'm not here being negative to none of the situations. I'm here to speak my piece. I don't want to turn off the comments. You can read them. I'm not even reading them anymore. I'm going to just look at this camera and continue to talk. Okay?
What dude?
So, like I said, when I met Miss Harris.
Oh, okay.
Me,
exactly.
her and Sabrina were not.
So why you running your mouth about stuff? Okay. And if he told you, I mean, it was based on some truth, obviously.
Okay? Willie's in the industry as well, okay? So.
Because you put it out there.
Babe, so, like I said right now, Willie was in the industry as well, okay? And, once I found out who this lady was, just hearing about her, because she had started making rumors about me back then. She said, you know, Tiny's out here dealing with this broke, bum-ass bitch doing her hair. Who this hoe is? So I'm hearing the rumors about what she's saying about me. It got back to me. And I asked Willie, who is this girl? And he said, oh, this is just my friend, whatever, okay? Life goes on. A couple years pass on down.
Okay.
And she's back harassing me.
Cause Sabrina used to have a shop called the Glam Bar in Atlanta. She was a well-known glam bar. Supposedly she used to date Big Meech too.
So what she said to you was the truth. See, I was not around. Me, her, and Tiny have never been this. It always been like me and Tiny. It never been me, her, and Tiny. This is what y'all need to understand. So I never was a friend to her. I never owed her anything. I never knew her. Okay? After this, she would make out rumors about me and do all kind of evil stuff to me. And I'm like, what the hell is wrong with this girl? I don't even know her. And I'm younger than her. I'm younger than Tiny. I'm younger than her. They're older than me. So I didn't understand why would this grown woman keep trying to attack me in every way because I'm only doing this girl's hair. No. Stop. You stop speaking on me. I'm going to speak my piece and I'm going to speak it today and then I'm not ever speaking on it again.
I bet you not, because somebody told your stupid ass to shut the hell up here. They need to.
A couple more years went down and she went to try to buy my name. I don't know if you all ever had somebody try to buy your name. I don't know if you know what that feel like. Like somebody just trying to fuck with you for nothing. You like, what the fuck is wrong? I ain't did nothing to this girl and she trying to buy my goddamn name. Why is she harassing me?
Oh yeah, because she did put a post up and say Shekinah didn't even own her business. She was like, before you go to talking shit, make sure you own your business.
Blessings for me. So, Willie allegedly used to tell me stuff about her. Okay? And what Willie used to say to me, he used to be like, you know, she this person, she that person, she this person, she that person. So yesterday when I said what I said on the live, okay, I was speaking out of her. I was just saying what she was saying about somebody else or letting somebody else. I was just only saying that back to her. That had nothing to do with none of the rest of the women. I was really aiming that back to her because I feel like she's psychotic. That's my opinion. Because I would never go and attack nobody and buy their goddamn name. If I'm down with women, I'm down with women. I'm going to try to help you buy your name, not go buy your name. I had to spend $5,000, you guys, to pay for an attorney and buy my name, my government name. My government name is Shekinah Joe Ida Anderson. She tried to go buy Shekinah Joe. She got on this internet, she threatened me. She told me she gonna kick my ass, beat me up. I ain't did nothing to this girl. I didn't even understand where this stuff was coming from. I'm like, why is this lady so mad at me? I ain't did nothing to her. Okay? So what I'm saying to y'all is, a friend of mine, Willie, told me that Sabrina would go and get women
Where Willie at?
And her boyfriend, Patrick.
Oh my
so
God.
I was just saying to her, like, damn, all this stuff you saying, you allegedly, you do it too, right?
No.
But I'm not condoning nothing.
That's not what she said. That is not what she said.
Okay.
That's not what she said.
I don't know.
You said she was recruiting.
This person that people are speaking on. And this is on my life. I don't know her in that light, you know? Anybody tells me I don't know her for, I don't have threesomes, okay? Me, Shekinah, she don't have threesomes. I'm a real Christian. I can't judge nobody for what they do, but I don't have threesomes. I don't believe in a woman coming in my bedroom. That's not what I believe in. So, for you to even put me in that, okay, sending out fake allegations saying that I recruit girls, not me. I don't believe in that.
She never said
I don't
that.
have anything to do with that. And the girl that I know, we go get shit. We go to the mall. We go shopping. We go eat together. We play with her kids together. And I do her hair. I don't know nothing about that lifestyle. Whatever y'all got going on, because that's not me. Okay? Like, I don't have threesomes. I don't fuck my man with nobody. I'm standing on what I am. I don't get in them realms with people. So anybody saying that I'm recruiting, I don't know her in that life, so I could never recruit you. Because I don't know my friend in that light to recruit you for her. Because she don't talk to me about that kind of stuff.
I bet she don't.
We are like sisters. Like, we talking about like money and how to make things happen. We're not talking about women and how to go find a woman and what to do this, because that's not what I'm on. Okay, so I don't know anything, because that's a hurting thing for a woman to say that I tried to pick you up. Bitch, I have never tried to pick none of you bitches up. I don't fuck with women. I'm not gay.
Alright. So, in any event, This is I was really trying to find the other girl, the one that came on the live the other day and was saying that T.I. used to call her Buttercup, but she did say T.I. This girl right here said T.I. and Tiny drugged her, and she said that T.I. inboxed her yesterday morning and was trying to offer her money to keep her quiet, and that if he kept talking shit about her and putting her name out there and atting her, that she would post the receipts. I'm trying to find this girl's name. It's Blue something. Blue. Okay, I tell you what. If y'all go look, unless he erased it, y'all can go on T.I. page, because he added the girl from his page, like I said, and called her a liar. That's what really got the girl crunk up. When he had did that, he shouldn't have did that, because she really went to talking and popping off. I don't see... I was trying to see if anybody posted a clip of that video, but I don't see the clip. But in any event, like I said, man, this is, I don't know, it's just kind of disturbing. Like I said, I just have a problem if they are trying to, if they've been coercing girls to, you know, get under the influence of basically forcing them to do drugs, or giving them drugs that they're saying is one thing and it's not, and then making them sign a consent form that's dressed up like an NDA, you know, and then beating them up, like all the extra stuff. That's really crazy, but it don't sound too far-fetched now. And a lot of these girls are saying that Tiny is the aggressor in the situation, not even really saying that T.I. is the aggressor. That's what's so crazy about it. Sounds to me like a woman that might be upset that she got to do something that she don't really want to do to please her man, and she's constantly having to do this. I could definitely see that woman being an aggressor in that situation. You feel me? Especially if the girl do something, say something, look at her a certain way, or she feel like her man paying her, the other girl, more attention than he been paying her, period, in life, you know. I'm just saying. So, like I said, I just want to come live and just talk about it and see if anybody had anything to say or any opinion. What's up, y'all? What's up, Samira? What's up, man? I think I'm saying that right. I know I probably done missed hella comments because I cannot talk and chew gum at the same time. Let me see. Hey, pull this up. Who else? Let me see.
Where the charger?
I ain't got my glasses on. It's over here. It's come over here.
Excuse me.
I think I said that. Takai, are you still on here? What you think about that? Yeah, it is sad, man. Like I said, I don't want to see nobody go down for no bullshit, especially if it's for a publicity stunt or it is for clout. But the other thing is, if it's not true, how do you even become associated with these type of allegations, period? Like, have you wronged so many people that they just want to see you come down? Like, something is really said. I don't know. It's just kind of like, why would so many people want to see somebody who does so much good? You know what I'm saying? Why would they just want to bring them down anyway if it's not true? And if you're not doing anything remotely close to this, how do your name get caught up in something like this? How do your name even get tangled up in these type of allegations? Because at the end of the day, if you weren't doing nothing like this, it wouldn't be no reason for these allegations to even exist.
Is
The black one, yes.
Is it in the car?
Listen, if you don't see it, don't worry about it. Just put it up there. Okay. I don't know. Like I said, I want y'all input. I think that some of y'all probably done. Listen, man, chill out. And I gotta check out the. What is this? What she say? Jamal Bryant, pastor of New Birth, and Giselle, housewife. Okay, I got you. I'ma definitely do a live about that one. Jamal Bryant, what's up with Jamal Bryant? I really got to look into that. Because I've been seeing that one too. I just ain't had time to. Oh, check this out, y'all. Listen, last night me and my daughters watched the movie Harriet on HBO. That was a really, really, really great documentary slash movie. If y'all haven't checked that out, make sure you go check that out, man. It's not like Roots. It's not gonna make you mad. It really like made me cry. It really made me feel good. And I think it's awesome to know that we have some really like, they really told some things about Harriet Tubman that I didn't even know. And it just made me feel good, you know what I'm saying? Because when we was growing up, we didn't really have any type of black female do-gooders and entrepreneurs and self-made, you know, women to look up to. I said the same thing when I found out that Madam C.J. Walker was a multi-millionaire and was the first CEO of her own bank. You know, I just knew that she created straightening comb when we was in school, because they try to downplay our history and they're really trying to, you know, like wipe out our history. So it's good to go back and watch movies like this and just see like what we really come from and the type of things that we're capable of. That lady saved so many slaves on her own. I didn't even know. I thought she had like some type of like team or something that was helping her go back and get these slaves, but it was her, you know what I'm saying, on her own. So that was just awesome. But before I get ready to wrap it up, I want to show y'all a couple of these items that we got on the Gotta Speak To. Man, can you hand me that tray over there, or just hand me the items off of that tray? Oh, she got it. Coach Shay, can you hand me them items in that tray up there, please, real quick, before I get out live? Also, for those of y'all want to work out, you know what I'm saying, losing weight and stuff like that, we do have sportswear at the Gotta See boutique. This is one of the jumpsuits I got on today. I don't know if y'all can see the pants in the top. I think we have these in small, large, and let me see. You can just put that shirt back over there. I'll put it back on the get those. Also, it comes in green. We got the green and we have the pink trimming too. So where's orange at, I got the lime green. I got the ones with hot pink as well. So if y'all interested in those, the website should be up this month coming up. I'm almost done with it. I'm getting the pictures taken. I gotta do some editing and stuff like that. Like I said, I had a website builder, but I'm having to do everything myself now because that situation kind of just went to the left. So y'all be patient with me. But in the meantime, if anybody's interested in purchasing anything, you could definitely DM me and or go over to my IG page at Shop Goddessy. That's GAUDY GODDESSY, and inbox me, DM me. Okay. So listen, y'all, we do have sage sticks. For those of you all who want to, you know, clean your area, you know, maybe cleanse your chakras or just keep your spiritual peace amongst you, we do have single packs and double packs. All right, that's the Goddessy Gold sage sticks. All right, for those of you trying to get healthy, all right, y'all know I'm on that shit. Sea moss, do have sea moss. We got the Goddessy Gold Irish sea moss. If y'all are wondering how to use sea moss, if y'all wondering what sea moss can do for you, if you're wondering how to prepare sea moss, go check out my YouTube channel. I do have a full video on how to prepare sea moss, and I also have a couple of sea moss recipes for my sea moss smoothies. All right, so those of y'all who are interested in that, and you know, some people do take sea moss and just eat it out the spoon. I don't really eat it, but a spoonful a day will keep the doctors away. So sea moss has 92 of the 102 minerals that we actually need in our body. All right, so those of y'all who maybe want to get NutriBurst and didn't, you know what I'm saying, this is a good option. I was doing NutriBurst, I'm doing sea moss now, so get at me. Same thing, hit me on my DM. All right, for those of you who have aches and pains, all right, we got some CBD muscle rub for y'all. All right, this is the CBD muscle rub. I'm trying to make sure I put in front of all my cameras because I got a few cameras up here, y'all. All right, I love CBD muscle rub because I have muscle spasms in my back. I get like these big knots in my shoulders. I be working so hard, y'all. I be so tense, you know what I'm saying? I love to rub this on. I got a little massage ball that I got from Walmart, and I just rub it on. Like after I get out the shower, I put it on my back, I put it on my shoulders. I rub that massage ball, and it just relaxes and soothes so quickly. Like within 5 to 10 minutes, the pressure, like because I get extreme like pressure. It's throbbing pressure. I'm constantly like rolling and rotating. My rotaries is messed up anyway on my shoulder, so that's kind of what's going on with me. So it does help to relieve the pressure. It does not eliminate the pain. It helps to relieve the pressure. So let me make that clear. If any of y'all who are constantly dealing with pain and pressure, y'all know what that feel like. All right, that pressure ain't no joke. The pain is a little bit more easy if you don't have so much pressure with you. All right, so that's what that CBD muscle rub will do for you. Get at me. All right. For those of you all who like to partake in the, damn, do I got any? And actually, I sell CBD, the bud too, the flower. Like I said, Sabrina Peterson is my distributor. So that is actually what made me even go live about this situation. The one who accused T.I. and said that T.I. put the gun on her head. That's my distributor. I get my CBD from her. All right, like I said, she's a self-made millionaire anyway. Okay, she's a boss bitch, and she got the good stuff. So we do have a CBD. CBD is legal in all 50 states, y'all. So don't be confused. This is not THC. It's CBD, and you can and will get it through the mail if you want to order some. I do ship out on Tuesdays and Saturdays. All right, so y'all get at me and DM me. I wish I had a sample of it with me, but I didn't bring any. I don't have any here at the studio. All right, so listen. Once you get your CBD, then you're gonna need you a grinder, right? Because it comes in pretty big buds. All right, so I love these grinders right here. These are the gotta see grinders. We got the all gold with the black writing. Got the black with the gold label on it. Got the pearls on the side for those of you all who like bling and bedazzle. Okay, and also have the smoke gray with the bling and bedazzle as well. All right, and let me just open that up so y'all can see. This is for bigger buds. I like larger pieces right there. We do have, can you see the box with the small grinders over there? Do have the small metal grinders as well. And I have the clear as well, these grinders. So if y'all need y'all some grinders for y'all partakers of the essentials, all right, get at me. And this right here is one of our new items. I love this right here. I do not smoke cigarettes. Y'all probably recognize these as cigarette cases, but we will have the pre-rolls for the CBD as well. So I actually use these to store my pre-rolls in, or if you don't smoke at all, these can double over as maybe a something to hold your little stash of cash in or something like that. You know, so I put my little dollar bills in here, fold them over, make me feel real player when I pirate over, you know what I'm saying?
I don't see the grinder.
Okay, if you don't see them, this cook, huh?
Do you want these?
What's that? No, I don't want no pipes right now. We got a ton of shit, y'all. I ain't trying to pull all that stuff out. I'm just trying to show a little something what we got right now. And I will be getting the official ones in. Let me see if I got the smoke stick that comes with the holder. I don't think I brought my smoke stick with me. You see any bling tips over there?
Hold on.
I ain't got my smoke sticks, y'all. I'm gonna have to show y'all that another time. But it actually comes with a smoke stick, and a smoke stick is like the old school cigarette holders. You can actually put your CBD in them. It has the pearl, so it's like a set.
Those
you know what I'm
small
saying? Yeah. Do you wait? Let me see what small was you talking about. Let me see. Yeah, give me one of those. Watch that rack up though. And let me show y'all the bling tips real quick. I like these. This is another alternative if you don't have smoke stick. You see the case for them? Like a little holder. These are the bling tips, alright? So the bling tips are, this is a reusable tip, okay? So basically, y'all know how raw cones have the paper rollable rolls that you can roll up in your joints or your blunts or whatever. Those tips, the cones, they come with the tips already rolled into them. This is basically an alternative for them. Okay. Basically, this is an alternative for it. Do you see one of the cases, like the keychain holders that this goes in? This actually comes with a keychain holder so that you can keep up with it and keep on your keychain. You can take it anywhere. This right here is good for the Rona, y'all. This is good to deflect the Rona. These are made out of glass, so you can reuse them. We also sell the cleaning solution for them too. They're real easy to clean, but they do get, you know what I'm saying, smoked out and kind of like sticky sometimes from, you know, just having so much essentials in them. And if you smoke a lot, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna have a look. All right, so this is the metal grinders. Yeah, the little holder that they go in.
I know what you're talking
about. This is the metal grinder. So this right here is for the smaller buds. All right, this right here get your stuff real fine and grindy. And it actually comes with a scooper to actually clean out. It's a real flat piece. It comes in the bottom. You can keep that stashed in there. All right. This is the 3-level grinder, so it grinds on the top, and then you basically open up the middle and get your grinded weed out, or your bud, your CBD, or whatever. All right, and so it has a little grate right there, and the bottom part catches all the key. And if y'all don't know what keef is like sometimes if you get a pre-roll, that's what's sprinkled on the outside. That really shiny, dusty, that glossy, kind of like white snowflake looking stuff, huh? You don't see it? Okay, thank you. So that's what that's for. And like I said, this right here, the bling tip is good, because smoking is such a social activity. If you are usually smoking with a lot of people, this right here is great because you don't, first of all, have to worry about that wet mouth and people putting wetting up your stuff and it's, sharing saliva and all that. You want to kind of stay protected in these times. So this is a great alternative for that as well. Please, ma'am. This right here. And that's too. And also, glass doesn't carry germs. Okay, so the paper, the rolling tips, the paper tips, they're not as good because they can still get soggy, wet, flimsy. They fold up. And if you actually smoke fatter joints or blunts, I smoke nothing but joints, so that's, that's fine with me. If you smoke fat ones, then I roll them up like baseball bats. I roll them small at the tip and fat on the end so you can stick the tip inside of it, all right? Because it's just one size. You can't adjust the size on that. So like I said, if y'all are interested in any of those type of products, then go ahead and get at your girl, all right? We do have accessories. We got jewelry. We have clothes. We have upscale smoking accessories. I got tasers. We got any tasers over there?
Yep.
For y'all women who want to be pretty and protected. Y'all, listen, if they come fucking with y'all hit her with one of these. I like this right here because it got built-in plug. I just want one. Yeah, let me get one of the big ones. And then let me see the purple one too. We got two colors, purple and pink. Okay. And then this is a bigger one right here. It's a larger one. They do come with a carrying case too. All right. And also, this right here is the key, y'all. It will not work without the key. So the actual chain or the link is the key. So you have to put it in there for it to activate. The plug is built in, like I said, so you don't have to carry no extra charger with it. All right. You just slide that down there like that. And it's already in there. It does have an alarm and it has a flashlight too. So that's the light. Pretty bright. That thing ain't playing, alright? There go the alarm. Alright? So if y'all in danger, stranger danger, you feel me? That's gonna get you. And if you're not gonna use it, make sure you take it out. You know what I'm saying? Just take the key out and keep up with it. Don't lose it. But I do not leave the keys in there because I don't want to. I accidentally pulled one out one time. The key was in it and they work, y'all. Let me just say that. My fucking arm was numb as fuck. I goddamn tased the hell out of myself. So, be careful, you know what I'm saying, with them because they are they're high voltage, all right? And then these right here are smaller ones. They also have carrying cases too. This is a purple one, but the color comes in pink and purple as well. And it's kind of the same thing. This one has pearls on it. This one doesn't have the bling on them. Same thing. The key is, the plug is built into it at the bottom. You just slide that out. So you don't need no extra charger. Now you don't have to worry about keeping up with all these parts and stuff. And then you basically put the key in the bottom as well. And it has the light and it has the alarm too. Alright. This light is a little less bright. I think that light over there is a little bit brighter. My bad. The button's right here on the side bottom. Alright, and then oh, this one I had alarm, my bad. Yeah, this one's just the light and the taser, right? The other one has the alarm. Girl. Alright. Yeah, I'm sure. Okay, so listen. That's what I got for y'all today. I ain't got time to show y'all this stuff. So listen, y'all. If y'all need to protect y'all energy, hit me up about the sage sticks, okay? As well, if y'all trying to get healthy, get on y'all, you know what I'm saying, y'all minerals. Y'all trying to hit that sea moss, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, go check out my YouTube channel. I got a little more information over there about that. And if you just want to know more, then I guess you could DM me. I'll definitely tell you what I know or any type of information that I can help to offer you, okay? So listen, y'all, thank y'all for joining me. Thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all haven't already, go subscribe to my YouTube channel. That is SHIIBOSSTALKZ. That's She Boss Talks, all right? I'm your girl, Giselle, the She Boss. As always, I speak nothing but infinite blessings and abundance on your life, your wealth, your health, your community, your existence, and your love, all right? Each one teach one, man. Y'all tag somebody in this video. Share this information. Put the message out there. I'm a motivational messenger, all right? I just come to motivate the great and not the hate. That's what we're doing all year in 2021. Also, stay tuned for my new upcoming YouTube channel, the Queendom Quality Wealth Building channel, all right? I will be talking about nothing but how to build wealth, how to create generational wealth. We'll be talking about finances. We'll be talking about credit. We'll be talking about investment. I know y'all keep hitting me up, asking me about that Bitcoin. So I'm going to give y'all a little information about the Bitcoin, all right? But just to let y'all know, I cashed out on my Bitcoin because I'm waiting for it to go back down. It is predicted to go back down. And you want to buy low and sell high. So the reason I did that is just kind of like a strategic move. I actually put a little bit more back into it because I can make about 200 or 300 in 2 or 3 days just off of Bitcoin sitting around doing nothing. Sometimes that's somebody's paycheck for a whole week. So I will definitely let y'all know more information about that as well. But the more you put into it, the more you get out of it. I'm just going to tell y'all that. All right. So that's what I got for y'all today. So y'all stay tuned for that. And thank you so much to my assistant, Bianca. I love you, girl. Yes, she putting all the tags and plugs down there for me. That's my assistant in the comments, y'all. Thank y'all so much. She is just God sent, baby. God sent. All right. So that's what I got for y'all. Until next time, peace.